Hey guys, Mr. Thibodeau here. So we got your mental math and your problem solving. So we're working on fractions and mixed numbers on a number line. So what does that mean? Well, when we're looking at a number line, okay, this is 0, that's a whole number 1, that's a whole number 2, that's a whole number 3. But what happens when something falls in between it? Okay, and how do we figure that out? Okay, so we have to kind of break it into even sections to try and figure it out. This looks like maybe that's a fourth, maybe that's a third, maybe that's like 5/6 or something. You know, there's different ways to look at this and try and figure it out. So we can eyeball it and guess, but that's not going to be very correct. And so let's go ahead, and they kind of do a decent job of kind of walking you through what they're doing here. Right, so they go ahead and add those hash marks to make it easier for you to figure out. Name the fractions or mixed numbers marked by each arrow on these number lines. Okay, so A is less than 1, right? Is closer to 0, but it is something, right? So we have 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. The trick that I want to tell you guys, make sure you're doing, if you count the hash marks, right, 1, 2, 3, that just gives you 3. But there's not 3 parts here. There's 4 parts, right? There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 parts. So don't just count the hash marks. Count the boxes that those hash marks create. Okay. So here we have 4, and we have 1 here. So that's 1/4. Okay. Over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's a third, so this is 3/4. But it's not just 3/4; it's 1 3/4. Okay, because that 1 is also included. Okay. Over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that is 4/5, right? Because there's 5 total, and there's 4 of them that are on C. Except it's not just 4; there's also this whole number 5. Okay, so 5 4/5. Over here we have 2 more. We go 6, and then we have 1 more fifth here. So, so this would be 6 1/5. Okay. Now, what's the difference between 5 4/5 and 6 1/5? There's 2/5 that just happen to be here. Okay, there's the fifth one here, and so you can, the difference between those. So if you had to subtract these two numbers, okay, you would get 2/5. All right, Rashawn walked 2/3 of a mile. Denise walked 3/4 of a mile. Who walked further? Okay, 2/3 versus 3/4. This is a great question. This is actually a huge deal. This is the huge flaw for a Wendy's burger. In the 80s, McDonald's, of course, is still known for its quarter pounder, quarter pound burger. And a quarter pounder sounds great, but it's only 1/4, right? 1/4 of a pound, a quarter pounder. That's pretty small, actually. Okay. So Wendy's came up with a 1/3 pound, 1/3 pounder, okay, for their burger. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna beat the McDonald's quarter pounders with our 1/3 pounder. Okay. The problem is most people in America thought that this was more food than this. And so even though they were the same price, because Wendy's was specifically trying to compete with McDonald's, okay, McDonald's and Wendy's, okay, Wendy's actually did not do very well because, yeah, a lot of people thought that the McDonald's burger was bigger. So 1/3, right, puts you right here. A 1/4 puts you right here. So 1/3 is significantly bigger than a 1/4, okay? But 2/3 brings you here. 3/4 brings you here. Everything else is even. So if I go up, it's right here, okay? 2/3 is certainly bigger than a half. Okay, a half would be right here. But it is smaller than 3/4. Okay? Okay, let's see. We'll do that here in a second, but first, let's go ahead and give you guys 1 through 12 all. Just do a few problems, okay? 1 through 12 all. Now, I want you to do this on your own, of course. If you get stuck, you can come back here and you can watch me do it. Okay. Name the fraction or mixed number marked by each arrow. So fraction here, it's less than 1. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 3/4. B is 1 and 1/4. 1 and 1/4. Okay, a whole 1 and then another 1/4. Over here I have 6 and 2 somethings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2/5. Over here I have 7 and 1, 2, 3. I assume also fifths. Yeah. 7/5. Now, bonus question: what is the distance between C and D? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would be 6/5 or 1 and 1/5. Now, it's not asking you that. I'm just curious the distance between C and D. 3 fractions are graphed on the number line. Refer to the number line to compare the fractions of problems. So 1/3 is smaller than 1/2. Okay, 1/3 is smaller than 1/2. 1/2 is smaller than 3/4. Okay, 3/4 is bigger than 1/3. Okay, that's it. It's nice and simple. Yeah. Hopefully, I don't think you'll have any issues with that. So, have a good one, my dudes.